Yo, what's up, world? It's your man Precise checking in for rolling out. We're going to be going live in a few moments with Miss Christy Porter of Miss Shirleen fame. I'm giving you guys some time to come in right now, so I'm looking forward to everybody coming in. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? How's everybody doing? Yo, Miss Christy's about to come in right now. Christianee Porter. I think that's how you pronounce her name. She'll correct me when she comes in. But yeah, I'm very excited about this interview. It's been amazing to see Miss Christie really her career develop right in front of our eyes, from becoming a viral star to starring in a Tyler Perry film to being able to flesh out all of these characters she has. So I have a lot of questions for her. I'm glad that you guys are tuning in. Share it with your friends. Let them know to come on over. How's everybody doing today? Shoot me a wave. Shoot me a thumbs up if you're able to hear me. Making sure we got a good connection here right now. How's everybody doing? We just waiting on Christy to come on in. Come on into the building 2 minutes before we go live. Yes, sir. PJ, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it. Where you at? Where you at in the world? Christianee. Christianee. Right. There we go. Hey, there she go. Hey there. Give me a moment here. It's coming right in. 1 minute. Actually, she's a minute before time. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm awesome. I'm loving your hair. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you
First
for
off,
having
thank you.
me.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Well, first of all, thank you for being on time. You know how we do, so this is awesome.
Listen, being on time is a part of my life. So yes, it's an honor to be here. So
Definitely, I appreciate that. Man, I feel like I need to do this big introduction. I already kind of did it already.
I missed it.
Christianee.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
well, I'm going to do it at Christianee Porter. First of all, it's been amazing watching your development right in front of our eyes. From a viral moment to starring in a feature film. I had to talk to you during this time, considering we're all holed up in our homes right now,
Hmm.
just to get an idea of how you're maintaining, how you keep your creativity going.
Okay.
Man, it's just thank you for being here. So for all of you who don't know, this is Miss Christianee Porter from Miss Shirleen fame and many the young Velveeta fame, which is
Yes,
my favorite
yes.
character. That's my favorite character. Welcome to Rolling Out. Our viewers are very excited to have you here today, and
So happy to be here.
I just jump right into it right now. So how you been doing?
I've been good. I've been adjusting to my new norm per se. I think being at home because I've been traveling and I was starting my tour up this year and then having to put that at a abrupt halt. That was kind of like you deal with that at first and then you're like, you know what, you have your health, so
Hmm.
you put that into perspective and things seem a little bit brighter. So
Well,
that's kind of how
definitely
I feel.
having your health. Yeah, definitely having your health. That's probably the most important thing.
That's
Um,
everything right now, for
hmm
sure.
for sure. Could you give our viewers just some background as to who you are and your skills?
Sure. I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas. I moved to Atlanta, Georgia in 2005. Um, I've had some acting classes. I went to a magnet school in junior high and did some acting in high school. And I actually moved to Atlanta. Believe it or not, a lot of people don't know this, but I actually moved to Atlanta to pursue a career in music.
Okay.
I went to the Art Institute for Audio Production, Music Engineering. I thought that was what I was supposed to be doing, but I took a few turns, of course, as most people's lives do, and started. Well, took my turn at stand up comedy because I was always entertaining and I thought that I should try that because I had people all my life telling me I was funny and I'm like, never thought stand up would be it, but
Hmm.
tried stand up and I was a nervous wreck. Um, and Carlos Miller he actually introduced me. He brought me up at Cat's Cafe when I performed for my first time in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh,
And
wow.
I think I did a strong 2 minutes. My nerves
Yeah.
got the best of me, so
Hey,
yeah.
people don't understand that is the truest art form is stand-up comedy. Just you alone with a microphone
It
up
is.
there.
And people looking like,
Make me
make me
laugh.
laugh.
Drunk, they be drunk talking about make me
I
laugh.
mean, yes, it's very difficult.
So the transition from, first of all, it's clear after I hear your whenever I hear you singing, even as your characters, it's clear that you have a passion for music here. Your voice is beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That transition from singing to comedy, and really what you do is based on all these characters you do. There's this character development that you have a knack for. Talk about how you develop all these characters. Everybody from Miss Shirleen to Dr. Jan to Young Velveeta. Talk about that a little bit.
Okay, so I'll start with Dr. Jen. When I think of a doctor, I just thought about the person, and when you go to the doctor, you just wanted to them to tell it to you raw, like just give it to me. What is the news going to be? Like just say it. So Dr. Jen is the person that's just like cutting it to you straight, and she gives you some other stuff that's not helpful, but I think, I love that part. So, and her face is actually, I just wanted something to be different, and I wanted something to challenge me. So keeping my jaw in place like that is probably the hardest thing that I have to do with any of my characters. So
Right.
I wanted to be challenged, and I wanted to almost look different in some sort of way. So that's where I came up with Jen's jaw or
Okay.
her lip, which is kind of both in and out, whichever one tires out first. Um,
Okay.
Karen is the news, how I would want somebody to tell me, or whoever she's interviewing, to just give it to them raw, like their real perspective. Like, oh my God, I was there, somebody got shot, 3 people got shot, boom, boom, boom. Like, that's how I want my
Right.
news. So that's how I like to do Karen. She doesn't care. She's out there giving you the news. Velveeta is actually, I think, that hungry artist in all of us. Like, if you have a passion or something creative that you're doing, you always find a way to take it to the next level, the highest level, or to put yourself out there to some capacity. And I think Velveeta is a little bit of me. It's just kind of like, listen, I got some great ideas. I got some hot stuff coming out. You pay me some attention. Listen, I'll keep you entertained. You can buy something from me. I think Velveeta is that hungry artist, or that starving, whatever that thing is that you really, really want to do. That's who Velveeta is.
Yeah,
Um,
I like the
yeah.
character of Velveeta because I mean basically he's a hustler, so I'm surprised you ain't got him selling no mask right now out on the
He
street.
has. When it first dropped, he had
Uh-huh.
he had Corolla masks because he didn't want to get sued by the Corona people,
I
whatever.
missed that.
But yeah,
Okay,
he
okay, yeah, I
had
love
them hot,
Velveeta.
man. He had opened up a whole factory and just had them coming out, man, just coming out. They were the breathable kind, because a lot of people lift their masks up so they can eat and drink, but you can eat and everything with these new masks. So
Oh, okay, I
yeah,
need to give me one of them for sure.
yeah. I have to get you on the list. I'll get you one for sure.
There we
Um,
go.
Let me see. Prosperity and honesty. Honesty is Prosperity's best friend, and honesty is the friend that I would want to have.
Is that you doing both voices then?
Yes, that's
Okay,
me.
okay, okay. Yeah.
Yelling on the other end. Yeah. So
Exactly. Encouraging her. Why are
yeah.
you hyping her up like that?
Well, you want a friend that's gonna gas you up, and you want a friend that's gonna say, "Hey, this is a dead end that you're getting ready to run into." And a lot of people don't like to have people that are truly honest to them, regardless of if it's, "Girl, he ain't no good for you," or "That was stupid," or "You gonna be broke doing this." Nobody wants to hear that. And to me, honesty is a friend that I would want to have, and I have some real honest friends, so I'm thankful for that. And
Good,
I think
good.
Prosperity, she's important to me because I think if people really pay attention to her, it's how gullible we can be sometimes in situations as women or as people. And you just say, you know what, that's really dumb. But you may think about it, hey, I've been there before, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then last but not least, Shirleen. And she was actually inspired by my stepfather and my step uncle, because they were like best friends, and I was
Mm-hmm.
around them a lot. And just in the grand personality, like he could go from 0 to 100 real quick. It was nothing that he couldn't do. You could talk about cooking, he could cook. You could talk about hair, he could do hair. You could talk about sports, he could do sports. So that's why if you're ever in conversation with Shirleen, there is nothing you can bring up that she cannot do.
Oh, for sure. You know, it was amazing just watching her development from just start. What were you in front of, like a food place first, coming out of Red Lobster, to these choir rehearsals that you're doing weekly. She has become her own person, right? Now, talk about that transition, because you go from Little Rock to Atlanta for the purpose of music. You have this character who goes viral and then takes you all the way to the silver screen. Talk about that process. I mean, how did that even happen?
I would just have to stay with the move from Atlanta. I was actually working as a preschool teacher when my video went viral. So I want people to never despise the small beginnings in terms of whatever you have to do in the meantime. Like, don't just say, you know what, I'm going to live on the street till my dream come true. It's like, still always be working and still trying to make your dream come true in the meantime, but still have something that's giving you some sense of stability. I think, honestly, when all of it hit and nobody really knows this because I never talked about it, and that's why I'm enjoying this interview, because you're asking some really great questions.
I appreciate it. You make it easy.
The transition was actually pretty difficult for me. I dealt with depression really, really bad for like the first year, because you think that the one thing that you always dreamed of would bring you some sense of happiness or some sense of this is it, or I've arrived, even if it's in this moment, I'm here. It brought a level of heaviness and sadness on me that no one could ever prepare me for.
Wow.
Honestly. Yeah.
How did you cope with that? How did you deal with that?
I let myself be depressed for a long time. And then I finally said, you know what? I'm not going to allow this thing that is supposed to be great and a gift that God has given me to create this burden and this heaviness in my life. And I actually started going to therapy. I started going to therapy.
So let's back up a little bit. So these great things are happening for you, just so, you know, for people who are just joining us. So these great things are happening for you that a lot of people would, you know, from the outside looking in, they're like, wow, this is amazing. And in the midst of this is when this darkness takes over, or this depression takes you over, and as this stuff is happening, you're in that space, right?
Yeah.
And so from that space, you rest there in that space, and then you decide to make that transition over to therapy. How's that transition been into therapy for you?
It's been good. My sister actually was encouraging me to do it, and for the longest time I was just like, no, I didn't want to do it, because you think, you know, you can deal with it, or you can pray it away, or you can exercise it away, or you can drink it away, or whatever that thing is that's your vice that you feel like takes you away from the things that you need to deal with head on. That therapy, it really did help. And prayer works too, and talking to people works too, but seeing a therapist helps too. And I think that was the true game changer for me, because it helped me to redirect some of these energy or thoughts, and really be able to be in a space of being grateful and happy instead of saying,
yeah, I get that. Do you think that maybe you just, that it came, I'm not going to say that it came fast, because everything happens in its time, but do you think that you were overwhelmed?
I don't think I was, I wasn't overwhelmed. It was the reaction that I got around the people around me, or so-called people that I admired doing what they were doing. The hate that they had for me was very loud. It was very clear. It was very in my face. And I don't think that I was ready for that, but I was ready for my career to do what it was going to be, what my career was going to do, because I was grooming myself for that moment. So I was
Definitely.
ready for the stage. I just wasn't ready for the other stuff that came with it. The people that
Hmm.
don't like it, that didn't
Hmm.
like it.
So, what would you say the therapy has done for you?
It has allowed me to really just kind of shut out the outside noise. You know, not to let the outside, what people may think or how people feel, really influence and take a toll on me personally. Because I'm a person that
Hmm.
I feel, and I like, I'm really a person that takes it all in. You know what I'm saying? So
For
just to kind
sure.
of detach myself from all of that, just say, you know what, I deserve to be here. I've worked hard to be here. Anybody else's opinions or thoughts or how they feel, it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
For sure. We talked about how in this moment our health is the most important thing to have. But also in this moment, a lot of us find ourselves sheltered in place. Hopefully, so we're not, we're kind of helping flatten the curve across the board. But during this time, it's an opportunity for us to be creative. What has this done for your creativity being kind of in this sheltered in place right now? How's that helped your creativity?
Actually, it's pushed me. I've taken this time to learn a little bit more about the camera. Like, I think
Mm-hmm.
when people see that you make videos, they think that you know what you were doing, but you don't
Mm-hmm.
necessarily. I didn't necessarily know what I was doing. It was just kind of like us shooting quick videos, but really learning the camera and what it is that I'm doing. So, I actually shot my first little music video. Goodbye Rona. That was me. I shot it myself.
Oh, wow.
So I am really, really proud about that. I performed in it. I shot the entire thing. I edited the entire thing. And I'm working on another one now that I'm getting ready to release, another music video. And learning a little bit about photography, just diving into all those little things that you want to do, just taking the time to do that. And picking up yoga again too.
Mm-hmm.
I have been all over the place, really just trying to fill my schedule with things. So I wrote a
Uh-huh.
list down, and it may be helpful to somebody to write a list down of the little things that you want to do that you don't necessarily have to go to school for, because you can YouTube anything. You can get your
Mm-hmm.
degree on YouTube and something, I'm telling you. And that's what I've been doing, just writing and staying positive and working out. Or I think working out has helped me to stay creative too, because it helps you to be like, you
Yeah, I
know,
mean, just to get that energy
yeah,
out and getting it going somewhere, as
yeah,
opposed to like festering within, because that's where all the problems come from.
yeah.
You know, you just mentioned how you're learning all these things yourself. Can you talk about why it's important to be kind of a master of your own creation, when so to speak?
Uh, yeah, I think a lot of that comes from the music part of me. Because
Mm-hmm.
when you're an artist, you can go in the studio and you can say, "Well, I like this kind of sound, or I'm hearing this, or I'm hearing these instruments, or maybe you should drop the beat, or maybe I should come in later." Like, you're really in control of music in that aspect. If you're a writer or something like that, or you're a producer. But when you get into the acting, a lot of people are just comfortable with acting, but it's like I have so many other things in my mind. I need to know how that camera works.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still struggling with my lighting, as y'all can see.
No, you look
but
you look
just
beautiful.
learning the ins and outs, because I need to say, well, no, I need it at this angle, or if you can pan, or you can do this, and you're like knowing how to communicate what you're thinking, because it's terms
Uh,
for things that you think, and I think it's respectful to know some of the terms for the things that you're doing. If you're in the industry, know as much about that industry as you possibly can, because people aren't interested in teaching you. They're not gonna say, "Oh,
no.
you made it. Oh, let me give you this book, girl. This gonna be everything you need to know." No, you're gonna either learn the hard way, or you're gonna learn and keep learning, so you won't have to experience all those bumps and headaches and turns and
Hmm. I think that's so
bruises.
empowering, because everything is at our fingertips right now. One of the things that kind of gets to me is how people be like, "Hey man, where did you get that thing?" Or how did you learn how to do that? I'm like, or what does this word mean? Well, you got Google, you got YouTube, you got all of these
Everything is
things.
Googleable. Everything is
Everything.
Googleable.
Isn't
Yes.
that's crazy? Actually, everything is available to us right now. You know what I was interested in, because you just talked about kind of the inner workings of the camera and that language and panning and all that. How
Mm,
was it? How was it on the set of a Tyler Perry production? What was that like?
um, amazing. First of all,
Hmm.
just seeing him, he's such a beast and a mastermind at what he does. And I was in the dressing room most of the day because I had to get an aesthetic face and stuff like that as far as for the role that I was doing. But
Hmm.
I really wish I would have had the opportunity to just really just sit as an extra as myself and just watch him.
Hmm.
But it was amazing. Just the studio that he has there, the magnitude of that place is inspiring. It's grand. I mean, I can't all all the words that you can use for
Hmm.
magnificent, great, everything. It's all those things. Like it is something that you have to see with your own eyes. Like it's amazing.
Well, I'm
And
definitely
he,
gonna make that. I'm definitely making that trip. But along the lines of inspiration, what inspires you?
my family, my family inspires me. My background, where I came from, it was very, very humble, and I grew up in the hood. People would say blah blah blah. So just coming from that and really just wanting better for myself, and for the people around me, that inspires me more than anything. If I can be 1,000% honest, just my life, changing my life and being able to change a few people's lives that are in direct contact with me, that inspires me.
You know,
And seeing what my potential can be, that inspires me too. Like, listen, baby, if you want to do it, because people put you in a box and say, oh, you just need to stick to acting. No, I'm gonna stick to all the gifts that's in me, and you'll see. That inspires me.
so then, okay, so we already know that you're an actress. We
Hmm.
know that you're a comedian. We know that you're a singer. What else? What else are you aspiring to do?
Well,
And a writer.
I don't know. What I'm saying, you can. Well, people would say, don't. You can't act if you're singing. You don't be singing if you're acting. So it's just kind
Mm,
of like just putting. I have some songs that I want to release.
okay.
And just for the record, just so everybody knows, regardless of whatever you see me doing, know that I am going to die completely empty. There'll be
Mm.
no song in me. There'll be no play in me. There'll be no product in me. I will be empty.
Ooh, talk about wow. Talk about why that's important. What do you mean by that? Because I don't know if that's clear to the people. What do you mean you will leave
When
here
I
empty?
when I say empty, it's my gifts. It's my thoughts. It's my ideas. If I die with all these things in me, my plays and my songs and my books and my whatever, nobody will never see them. Nobody will ever read them. Nobody will ever hear them. They won't touch anybody. They're useless in the grave with me. And if
That's
I'm waiting
right.
for somebody to give me an opportunity, give me an opportunity, give me an opportunity, I will die with my gifts inside of me.
Yep.
So that's why it's important to create, 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 create. Even if you have 11 people and people don't even realize this, I didn't start off with my audience. I had my family laughing and sharing my videos.
Mm-hmm.
I was going buying dresses and dressing up as Shirleen for my family to say, oh my God, girl, that's good. That's funny right there. That's some good stuff right there. Did y'all
It
see that
is.
last video Christy did? That was good right there. But you wanted, you I just get so passionate about that. I just want to tell people to create. You got a book, write it. You got a play, write it. You got a song, write it. Just get it out. Don't say, oh, well, I'm going to wait till 10,000 people follow me or 16 million people follow me. Do it now. Put it out now.
Just do it now. You know,
Now.
one of the sense that I get from you as we're speaking, and even through every single one of the characters that you've shared with us, is that there is you're in tune spiritually. Um, how much of that is a driving force with respect to who you are, and not just your creativity? Like, how in tune are you?
I'm so in tune that my no will mean no and my yes is yes. Like I've had opportunities to come and people to say, "Well, oh, you could have been on TV." I could have been on TV, but it was something inside of me. People can say it was something inside of me. I like to say it was God. He said, "No, not that one, not that opportunity, not that turn, not that production team, not this producer." I'm so in tune with it. I don't ever doubt it. If it's a no, it's no, and I'm not gonna second guess it. I'm not gonna ask you to give me time to think about it. It's no. And I think when you really, really listen
I don't
to
know
that,
if y'all can see this, but like I'm getting goose pimples. Can y'all see that? That is, you really are in tune. I'm getting goose pimples
you
just from
have to
that
be.
answer.
You have to
Yeah.
be. So that's how in tune I am. I hear it, and if it's no, because it's never a no or it's maybe. It's a no, and it's if you think you sure if it's no, it's no.
Yep. So another thing I wanted to ask you and Miss Ruby really good friends like that?
No, we're not good friends at all. That's my sister.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's my sister.
I didn't know that.
Blood
So y'all might not
same.
be friends if that's your sister.
Yeah, no, and we're friends. We are friends. We are. That's
I know,
my best friend. But same mama, same daddy. We actually 13 months apart.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did I not know that? It's so fun. It's so funny sometimes just watching the videos and just seeing the way you guys interact. It's like it's all part of it, you know.
And it's crazy because sometimes we think about it and we say, you know what, we've always been like that. Like when you're with your siblings, you automatically have that chemistry. It's almost kind of like it's the weirdest thing. It's just a sibling thing, you know. So yeah, I think a lot of magic comes from just her knowing me too. So. Shout out to Love Lives Free Charity Israel.
There it is. I think there's magic in this conversation. You shared a lot of yourself, and I want to thank you for not saying no to us.
No, listen, I am so honored, and I appreciate you being an amazing interviewer. Like I said, I avoid interviews oftentimes because they bore me, or because I get asked the exact same question, but you want to just dig a little bit deeper, and I think that's amazing, and I really, really, really appreciate it so much.
No problem. I call this series A Conversation With because it's a conversation that we're having, right? And I feel like if there's going to be any value in having these conversations, especially at a time like this, we should really be true to ourselves and true to each other and share the best of who we are in order for us to go to this next level.
Absolutely.
Because what's important about this time is not specifically this time. Well, it's important to be present right now, but how do you want to come out on the other side? And who are you bringing with you, right? And when I see someone like you, and right now we're in the space where we're able to witness people flourish in front of us. And I see somebody like you flourish and remain humble and share your experiences. It means so much. It means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to our viewers here at Rolling Out. And I just want to say thank you for that. Thank you for being so genuine.
Thank you.
Definitely. So I know I'm gonna wrap it up here now, just because I know you don't have time to be sitting with me.
Listen, I got a lot of time today. Look, this was the highlight of my day, my week. So
let's do this. I think I have a question here.
Okay.
Hopefully it's PG.
I'm open to answer some questions. It's cool.
Okay, so is there a strategic plan to relaunch your tour when it's truly safe to get together?
A strategic plan. Really, the foundation of this whole tour is going to be safety. I've still been saying no to certain things because people are wanting me to come out this month, and I'm like, you know what? I don't even want to be out until June 1st. Possibly, I'm gonna try to hold out as long as I can. But ultimately, I want to be safe, and I want the people that want to come out and support me to be safe. So I want to perform in a safe environment, and that's all that it's based on. My tour is gonna be here. We all be here, God willing. But when the coast is clear, that's my strategic plan. When it's clear and it's safe and healthy for us to go out, then I'm gonna be back out there loving on the people because that's what I love. So
Yes,
yeah.
ma'am. Well, Miss Christianee Porter, thank you so much for touching in and sharing all of your beauty with us and all of your
Oh, thank
skills.
you.
We appreciate you, and definitely we'll be touching base again to work with you again. And I don't know if you want to share your information with anybody, your social and
Um,
everything.
sure. You can follow me on Instagram at The Christy Show or on Facebook at The Christy Show and YouTube at The Christy Show.
Definitely. And you can also follow me at precise, PRECISE underscore CHI. And if you are not already following Rolling Out, please follow at Rolling Out here on Instagram. Thank you so much again. And I appreciate you and good fortune in everything that you do.
Oh, thank you. The same to you.
All right. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.